Good evening, my friends, Facebook land out there. Once Baxter Cribbs here with you once again from BaxterCribbs.com. Want to welcome you once again to my Facebook Live here on this last day of February 28th, 2017. And I hope you've had a very good day. It's been a long day doing different things, managers meetings and different things like that with my day job. And I've had good meetings this evening with my other friends and family in our network marketing world. And now we have to spend some time here with you. And tonight we're going to finish the last of a series, that's number 4, of a self-confidence, from the self-confidence formula. And as I said in the beginning, this comes from the book from Ray Higdon, which is Vibrational Money Immersion. And he used some of the things in his writing there that comes from the book by Napoleon Hill of Think and Grow Rich, and then mingles in some of his examples and so forth that he has learned along the way to be able to share this for network marketers. Now, of course, the principles can be applied to any situation, any person who wants to have self-confidence. And I hope that if you're not a network marketer, but you are simply a stay-at-home mom or dad or whatever it is that you do in your own business, that you can indeed take these things I've talked about and apply them to your life so that you can become a stronger, better person through having self-confidence in yourself and in the things that you do. So this evening, we want to begin here. You put up my little sign out here for us to read there. Self-confidence formula part 4. And we've already talked about what the subject is this evening and who I am. And so let's move on into the second part here this evening. And I want to make a statement of fact for you, if you will. And that is that no wealth or position, that is a position in a job of high authority or low authority or whatever position that you hold, even if you're trying to be a good parent, that position cannot endure in a good way unless it is built on truth and on justice. That's very important. Must be built on truth or justice, or it simply will not last the time that you want it to last, as far as being, an enduring investment, if you will. So, and you say, well, now, what does this have to do with being or having self-confidence? Well, let me ask you this question now that's come up on your screen. And this question is how do you feel when you deceive somebody with a lie? Think about that. How do you feel inside? And I use that word feel very importantly. How does that make you feel that you deceived them? Or how do you feel when you cheat somebody? That's the next question we have here. How do you feel when you cheat somebody or deal with them unjustly? You know what? It affects our inner thinking, our inner being. Because I believe all of us want to do good. We want to be good. We want to portray a strong person that is good. And if we cheat people with lies, then you are eating away at your own self-image. And this is where your self-confidence really comes from, is from your self-image. And so if you do those things, it will eventually start to come through in your life, and people will start to see, okay, they're lying to me. They're treating me in an unjust way. They're cheating me. And it will catch up with you. So therefore, no wealth or position of power of any sort will last unless you have these things. And that's just simply a fact. Now, so what we must do then, and I want you to think about what I just said there, that even liars dislike liars. People who steal dislike people who steal. They don't want them to come lie to them. They don't want them to steal from them. They even dislike that. So it's very important that we keep this perspective of truth and of justice in everything that we do. I mean, in everything that we do. So there are two things then that we have to do in order to maintain truth and justice in things that we do. And that is, first of all, we have to, or together, basically this comes at the same time, is you have to take out the bad and put in the good as you go along. Do those two things there for us. Take it out. Now, the question is that, well, how do we do that? And I want to move this screen back over to our first question so we know what I'm talking about. In case you're just getting on, you can see that because I don't have any other comments written down for you to view. So how do we do this? Well, number one is you be very choosy about who you have transactions with, who you take into your life, in other words, to deal with in any sort of way. In other words, so whatever transactions that you do, whoever's involved in that, whoever it affects, then they must benefit. They must benefit from that. You must give them value, in other words. It's a strong word, that we hear a lot, but I mean, that's a fact. If people come into your life, you must give them value. That's how you do that. They must benefit in some way in that transaction. And so then the second thing we must do is we must attract people to us by helping them. And by helping them, they will then help us. In a meeting that we had today that was in the company I worked with during the daytime, the managers meeting, and one of them suggested there that we read the book, let's see if I remember the name of it correctly there, The Servant, working with servant leadership or having servant leadership. And the idea was, that we must become servants and help others. And by doing that, by helping others, they will then in turn help us. And even if they don't, as you sow, so shall you reap is the law. And so by giving out the good indeed will return to you. It is a law that is going to fulfill itself wherever you do these things at. So this is what we need to do by helping them. The third thing we need to do is that we need to add love for all humanity into our life. I add love into everything that we do, for everything, and cause those people that you have that come into your life that you love to believe in themselves because you believe in them and you believe in yourself as well. That, my friends, is very powerful. Believe in them because you believe in them, or have them believe in themselves because you believe in them and you believe in yourself, and they will see that. They will see that you believe in yourself. Now, the other side of it, I said, is we have to put away. So you got to put away negative things. And the negative things that we have to put away are things like hatred, envy, strife, jealousy, selfishness, resentment. There's a few other things that we could add to that list there. I encourage you, if you would, if you are to go and get you what is known as the Holy Bible. Turn to Galatians, the 5th chapter, and go down to about verses 14, I believe it is, start at 13, and read through 26. And you will see these very things I've just talked about here in a relationship that you need to put on and you need to take off. They're very powerful, my friends. I encourage you to go and read over those things and study those and put that to work in your life, just like I've just described. It really does have a great effect on your life. Now, and why is this so important? Why is doing these two things, taking off and putting on, so important? And that is because our self-confidence comes from, as I said, our self-image. It is how we view ourself. That's what your self-image is. It is the person inside, and you have two things in there. Your self-image that looks at you and says, oh, you're doing wonderful, you're doing great. You have all these things, therefore your confidence rises up. You become a stronger person. People want to be around you because you exude this self-confidence, or either you allow the critic within yourself to eat away at you, tear you down, and say, you're no good. You don't have any confidence. Look at this. You lied to this person. You cheated that person. There's no justice in that. And the more you do that, the more it will indeed reveal itself through your actions to the people. People will feel it. So my friends, I encourage you to strengthen these things in your life. Have this self-confidence by adding the good things to your life. Love people. Help them. Let them help you. Share in those good things and be truthful and have justice in your life. My friends, I hope that this has helped you this evening. I hope that you have found value in it. If you will, I would appreciate it if you leave a comment below and share it. Share this with other people as well, so that they could benefit to grow also. That, in fact, my friends, is called having love for other people and helping them. If you believe this is valuable, then share it. Help them to grow as well. My friends, that's going to end it for this live call on Facebook this evening. I'll be back tomorrow evening, hopefully maybe a little earlier, but we'll start a different topic tomorrow night. And like I said, I hope that you have found value in this. And if you have, please do share that. Have a good evening, my friends, and we will see you later.